Hello all, I'm Josh, this is Josh Build Stuff, and if you recall, I recently re-reviewed the Bugatti Bolide, which was re-released by LEGO, now in the electric boogaloo blue color or whatever, and I was having a hard time justifying why I would buy two of the same exact LEGO Technic car just for a very small bit that LEGO made the car in two different colors too close together. But can I serve you up some truth soup? We'll make it French onion to honor the Bugatti heritage. I wasn't actually that big of a fan of the original Bugatti Bolide. I wasn't that big of a fan of the other blue Bugatti Bolide, and yet here we are making another video about the Bugatti Bolide. That's because now I've turned it into something that I'm actually a big fan of. If you saw the title or thumbnail for this, excuse me, some may accuse me of milking this set for more content. You know I wouldn't do that. If you saw the title or thumbnail of this video, you already know what this Bugatti Bolide became, but if you didn't see the title or thumbnail of this video and you still somehow ended up here, well, I applaud your dedication, but you'll be surprised to see what this Bugatti Bolide became. I've been boliding you on for too long. Here, it became a Formula One car. Look at that. I can't wait to tell you about this redesign, but if you're not a fan of Formula One, that's okay. Neither was I until I was. There's always time to change, and when you do, we'll be here waiting with open arms and ready to tell you how Hamilton hasn't lost his touch and how Mercedes will be back next year. Just look at the results from the Spanish GP from this year. You may have guessed by my lack of ability or any talent whatsoever, this is not my own design. I actually found this via a tweet by Brick Fanatics. It was designed by someone called M1 Longer. The instructions are very affordable on Rebrickable. That's where I got them. That's what I did here. And I thought, why have two Bugattis when I could have one Bugatti displayed alongside a similarly scaled Formula One car? Only problem is when I went to look for the instructions for this Formula One car, well, I was on Rebrickable and I found another design for another Formula One car that I also really liked a lot. And I said, I like two Formula One designs and I have two Bugattis. Why not have two Formula One cars? Two different designs, two very talented Technic designers. The yellow Bugatti here was designed by LEGO Technic Creations. He has a bunch of other great looking Technic builds on Rebrickable. Go check those out. I'm going to put information for both these designers in the description below. Please do follow them. That was my throat genuinely needing clearing. I'm not milking this. Both of these cars are beautifully designed. I cannot begin to fathom mocking with Technic pieces, and yet these two cars look a lot like the cars they're meant to represent. On my left here, the blue car is supposed to be the F1 RS concept, I think loosely based on the 2017 Renault. I know it's the wrong color, more on that in a second. Our yellow car here, I think it's based on the 2022, 2023, and more recent design. Even though I know there are no yellow cars on the grid currently. Again, more on that in a second. Both of these designers managed to work in some of those classic Technic bits of functionality. Both of them have working steering. Both of them have 6-cylinder engines. The pistons which go up and down as the cars roll forward and backwards. Both of them are fairly accurate looking. I think you can consider a little bit of DRS by moving some parts of them or whatever. Doesn't matter. These cars could have no functionality and they would still be fantastic. So everything extra is just an extra cherry on top. I think the most fun thing is looking at these two cars and seeing how two different designers achieved some similar designs. Like the yellow car uses some of those tube pieces for the nose and the blue car inverts most of the front wing, whereas the yellow car doesn't. Both cars had to find a way to integrate those long, kind of weird looking wing pieces. Both cars have, I don't know, halos around them and rear spoilers and tail lights and suspensions, and they're all achieved a little differently and yet both very well achieved. The funny thing for the F1 informed out there that you're probably already thinking is that why would you make the Renault in blue and the 2022 car in yellow, which isn't represented on the grid currently? You should take them apart and rebuild them. For the slightest of seconds, I actually considered doing so, but I already took apart two Bugattis and rebuilt them after having built them in the first place. My fingers are tired, man. So in retrospect, I would have swapped the colors. Don't worry, both designers have designs in both colors if you're looking for that kind of thing. In retrospect, I think a lot of people in Formula One would have done a lot of things differently. Ricardo probably wouldn't have signed with McLaren. Mercedes might have added some dang side pods to their 2022 car, and Michael Massey, well, he probably, in retrospect, would have done a lot of things differently. I know what else you might be thinking. Josh, what did you actually do here? You took official LEGO designs and you rebuilt them into someone else's designs, and now you're showing them off on your own channel as if you've done something yourself. I recognize that, but my intention here is to recognize other talented designers, like I said, especially Technic designers. designers. So genuinely do go look at these creators' content. So we'll consider this video a fellow creator call-out video, or an AFOL acknowledgement video, or designer demonstration video, or a showcase of much more talented people's much more impressive work than anything I could produce, basically using someone else's content to try to make my own content, but without adding any real additional value, thus devaluing myself as a creator and shedding the small amount of creator credibility I may have garnered already. Or like a sharing shout-out session of someone else's sweet stuff. I like that one. In terms of like a review, I'd love to share my thoughts on these builds, but I think it's a little weird to try to critique a fellow creator's builds, and so I'll be speaking purely subjectively. And I'll be objective. Objective, Josh? I haven't seen you in forever. That's hyperbole. You go first. Okay. I think both of these builds look fantastic, and both could probably pass for official LEGO sets, aside from the slightly weird sticker placement and slightly unorthodox build techniques. I think overall these things are beautiful, and I wouldn't say anything otherwise because they were both designed by very talented designers. Your turn. Thank you. Objectively, these are both beautiful designs, and either could pass for official LEGO sets. Aside from some slightly strange sticker placements and slightly unorthodox build techniques, these builds were both incredibly built, and I wouldn't say anything otherwise because they were both designed by incredibly talented designers. I told you it's weird to critique fellow creators' work, especially people brave enough to mock using LEGO Technic, and I haven't been objective Josh this whole time. I'm actually future Josh, come back to teach you a lesson about criticizing other people. No one's gonna get these references. Well, I'm not gonna stick around to find out. When will I see you again? Don't you mean, when will you see me again? That's what I said. Where I'm going, I don't need roads. And also, can I have a ride to the train station? I have a train now. You'll learn all about it in the sequels. That was weird. In addition to the links in the description about these designers, I'll also throw some links in there leading to some of my past videos that may shed some light on whatever you just saw. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit like and subscribe while you're checking out that description. If you didn't enjoy this video, don't worry, they're not all like this. Please enjoy some soothing shots of these two cars set to the tunes of a copyright-free remixed version of the Formula One theme song, while I go get some Advil because I just listened to that song and I'm in my 30s. I'll see you next time.